Dr. E.N.G. Marek Gruszecki. Philosophy of Being. Krakow, 2025. My 85th anniversary. Philosophical essay Does God Exist? Krakow, the 19th of April 2025. The Treasure of Faith, Part 1. I have never, even for a moment, doubted the existence of God, but I know that some people do. If you want to find faith in God, to establish a personal relationship with Him, start by helping others, showing them love, and this will bear fruit in special graces that will transform your soul. And then, gradually, you will begin to open up and experience the joy that God's love brings. Love and faith go hand in hand, complementing each other. True faith is always expressed through love. People lose their faith because they allow themselves to be guided by selfishness and the pursuit of money. If you want to learn to believe and love, look to Jesus, give yourself to Him in daily prayer and, like a child, trust Him completely. Only then will your doubts disappear and you will have peace in your heart. Jesus said, "Unless you become like children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven." I always begin my prayer in silence because God speaks in the silence of the heart. God is a friend of silence. We should listen to God, because what matters is not what we say, but what He wants to tell us. Prayer is food for the soul. What blood is to the body, prayer is to the soul. Through prayer, our hearts become pure and noble. A pure heart can see God, can speak to God and see God's love in other people. To have a pure heart is to be open and sincere towards God and to hide nothing from Him. If you are seeking God and do not know where to begin your search, learn to pray and take up the task of daily prayer. Seek Him in silence, in prayer, adoring Him present in the Eucharist, and then you will find Him in those who suffer and need your help. You can pray anytime, anywhere. If we pray, we will receive answers to all our troubling questions. Without prayer, I would not be able to work even for half an hour. God gives me strength through prayer. Begin and end your day with prayer. Turn to God like a child. During prayer, thank God for all His gifts, because everything comes from Him. It is His gift to you. You can recite the Our Father, Hail Mary, the Rosary, the Creed, and all the commonly known prayers. If you believe in God and the power of prayer, you will overcome all feelings of doubt, fear, and loneliness that people commonly succumb to. Make the effort to pray every day. It broadens the heart, which opens itself to God, and God gives Himself to us as a gift. Ask and seek, and your heart will become so vast that it will be able to accept God and keep Him as its own. Mother Teresa. The Treasure of Faith, Part 2. Mother Teresa writes, "Love begins at home, which is why family prayer is so important. Children must be taught to pray, and parents should pray together with their children." People ask me what advice I can give to couples who are at odds with each other. I always answer, let them pray and forgive each other. On our path to complete happiness, one thing is absolutely necessary: confession. Confession is an act of humility, a sacrament of love and forgiveness, in which I allow Jesus to free me from everything that divides and destroys. We should approach confession with great simplicity, like children. If something is troubling you, go to confession and cleanse your heart, because Jesus forgives everything through the priest. How wonderful is this gift from God, thanks to which we, burdened with sin, can kneel at the confessional and leave completely purified in a moment. Every evening before going to bed, you should examine your conscience. You never know if you will live to see the morning. Everything that oppresses you, that weighs on your conscience, you should confess and then make amends. For example, if you have stolen anything from someone, try to give it back. If you have hurt someone, apologize immediately, do not delay. If this is impossible, then at least confess to God that you regret it very much. How good it is to go to confession and free ourselves from the burden that weighs us down, and to have a pure heart. Sin follows us, it is within us. We must never become discouraged and fall into despair, but believe in God's tender love. We are precious to Him because He loves us. He loves us so tenderly that He formed us with His own hands. If we adore Christ hidden in the Eucharist, we will be able to see Him in the humble and neglected bodies of the poor. Only through fervent prayer and Holy Communion can we live with Jesus, for Jesus, and for our poor. We cannot separate our lives from the Eucharist. People ask us, where do you sisters find the joy and strength to do all that you do? We receive all this from Christ present in the Eucharist. One cannot imitate Christ without accepting the cross. Each and every one of us should take up our cross and accompany Jesus on his way to Calvary. Only then will we share in the joy of the resurrection with him. Suffering is not a punishment, but a sign that we have come so close to Jesus' suffering on the cross that he can kiss us, show us his love, and enable us to share in his mission. Never allow yourselves to forget during the night of suffering that in union with Christ, suffering becomes a path of joy who need your help. You can pray anytime, anywhere. Mother Teresa. Conclusion. But Jesus, overhearing what was being said, said to the ruler of the synagogue, "Do not be afraid, only believe." Bible. Mark 5 verse 36. It will still be beautiful, despite everything. Just put on comfortable shoes, because you have your whole life to go through. John Paul II. Mathematics in nature.